How would a bitch sit?
Like I'm about to sit on my knees.
No, like I'm literally...
Fuck.
Okay. Hello? And welcome to Did You Mean to Say That? The podcast where we did not mean to say that. I'm your co-host, Erin.
I'm your co-host, Bobby.
And we are so back to getting 36 views an episode.
Dry January's over.
Oh, period. For
Cheers.
me, too. I was never doing that shit. And you know how all my New Year's resolutions are to, like, be worse?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about mine.
One of them... I just, like, I want to drink more. Like, I want to, like, condition myself to, like, be able to drink. Because, like, if there wasn't, like, the sick factor or the anxiety factor or the hating the taste of alcohol factor, I love drinking and getting drunk.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fun.
It is fun.
I've been, like, me and Mackenzie have talked so much about this, how, like, I wish I could get drunk so bad. And she does, too. And we just, like, can't. So I'm, like, working my way up.
Okay.
I'm building my tolerance.
I think that's good and bad.
Totally. I don't think it'll ever be an issue for me because I just, at the end of the day, don't like it. So,
okay.
whatever. But it's actually like, so, okay, I'm going on a date on Friday. Sorry to like jump into something.
No, let's jump.
But he was like, I remember you don't drink, but like the place we're going has like the best margs. Like, do you care if I drink around you? And I was like, oh, baby, it's not like that. Like,
right.
But that's like, when people are like, why don't you drink? And I tell them like, really no reason that much. Mm-hmm. Like, I just don't like it. They're like floored, like flabbergasted. They could never fathom that. And I'm just like, normalize not drinking for
sure.
any reason that you can come up with. Like,
I agree.
I just don't drink.
Yeah.
And like, I will.
And also, unless you like know someone kind of well, don't ask why they don't drink.
Yeah. Because what if I was like, my dad died in a DUI car accident.
Jesus.
And I was in the back seat and I'm traumatized.
Yeah.
You know.
Then what?
This episode is just gonna be really long.
Cool.
Like, there's so...
Alcohol's poison.
This is why I can't go on dates, because, like, what if this happens?
Well, it's not going to.
Well, I think about it a lot. Alright, not sure what that was. I don't drink. I don't know. Yeah. Can you explain the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively thing to me like I'm 5 or no?
Absolutely not. They're suing each other.
Or something.
They hated each other on set. Apparently he was like creepy and awful. And it was like his movie. Like he like, I guess produced it and starred in it.
Yeah.
He's so me. And then...
and then he sexually harassed her at work?
Yeah.
And then she
sued, he countersued, then she countersued, then he countersued.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. And they just kept like putting out new evidence. And then he put out like a super long voice memo that he sent her trying to prove.
And I've heard that and that shit's so weird.
Trying to prove that they got along, but he was being like insane.
Yeah. Like he willingly put that out. I thought that leaked.
No, he put it out.
Oh, even weirder.
To try to be like, no, we were friends.
Oh.
So in hindsight, I don't care. I mean, like, I hope she's okay.
Yeah. I guess I've just seen like, oh my God, we have to stop.
Stop what?
Filming. I can't believe this.
I know.
Guys, we hate ourselves.
Well, that was one of my topics. Can we skip Blake Lively?
Yeah, I don't care about this. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I don't think I realized that it was like allegations vibes. Like, there's so much like confusion around it that like I don't even like know what's going on. But I feel like it's giving like Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, where it's like both of their PR teams are doing that on purpose.
Well,
and he's probably just a rapist.
He has the same PR firm that Johnny Depp had. And all these documents and text messages leaked of them purposely planting all those stories about Blake Lively, like the interview where she was
yes,
being
I've
like a
seen
bitch.
their emails of them being like, this is working so well, we don't even have to do anything. Like
Yeah.
on some like real like villain shit.
And people were like, wait, Blake Lively is a mean girl for like 1 week, and now they're like, no one cares.
I still see both takes just because such is the internet, but there's nothing I can do about this choice I've made to wear this sweatshirt.
I like the sweatshirt, so I think you're being hard on yourself.
I guess.
One of my topics was how I wish I could do the podcast like in my underwear.
Standing up. Oh, okay. Yes. No,
Or
I completely
standing up.
agree. I wish that I could wear my nipple tank tops and yeah.
I was making dinner earlier in my underwear, feeling sexy.
And then put clothes on and like, oh.
Yeah, and I bought this t-shirt, and I wish I didn't buy it in an extra, extra, extra large.
I love the t-shirt, and I think you look amazing, but I understand how it feels to look at yourself on camera and think,
like, what's
going on? Because I don't look like this in the mirror. I don't look like this in real life. I kind of look like this in the mirror. And I don't feel like this.
Yeah.
I mean, we look amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like, we look
Don't get us wrong.
But I just, like, I don't...
Comment how amazing we look.
Please, like, honestly, please. Like,
Yeah, please.
At this point, I am compliment fishing. Like, tell us.
I just, like, am really trying to lean into main character energy. Starting today is when I decided this. Because last night I wasn't feeling myself as much. And I was, like, texting Levi just, like... I don't know, not, like, anything, like, miserable bitch. But I was just, like... It sucks, like, my algorithm lately is, like, just hot men. Like, influencer vibes. And I'm like, this isn't good for my mental health.
No.
And I just, like, compare myself.
That's crazy. That's what your algorithm is like right now.
It's really annoying.
My algorithm is like, death is upon us, get out while you still can.
Yeah, mine's every single gay with abs in the world tweeting abracadabra with them in their underwear. And I'm like, alright.
Okay.
So, I don't think it's good to compare yourself to others, so I need to, like... So I decided today, I just need to, like, be the hot bitch that I am and emulate it.
Yeah,
but,
we
like, in a
decided that last
crazier
week,
way.
too.
I decide this every other day.
Yeah, me too. Speaking of abracadabra, like, do you just want to jump right in?
Yeah.
Okay. So much to say. There's so much to say. There's so much to say.
My favorite performance of the night was Chapel Roan. Or Cynthia Erivo.
My favorite performance of the night was Doechii, for sure.
That is, like, up there, so 3.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ, there's so much to unpack. Well, we did have fun. I know you guys were waiting to hear if we had fun at our party. We had so much fun. It was really funny. We were all being really funny. We're pretty funny people.
We were cracking up. The gang was really back together. Like, Brooke was there, Hannah was there, Levi was there.
It was really, really fun.
I mean, okay, well, first of all, Kendrick Lamar won so many awards for that song. And everyone's really excited about it.
Because everyone hates Drake, and, like, I get it, but...
I don't really like that song, though.
Oh. Well, that's, like, a personal take.
Yeah, for sure. Because everyone else does, so I'm like, slay. As
a Drake stan, I fucking love that song. Like, when that shit comes on, yeah, I love that shit. But... my thing is that Drake and the Grammys have, like, long-standing beef. Like, they hate him. So, I feel like everyone's like, oh my god, Drake's, like, slitting his wrist right now. And I'm like, I don't think he gives a fuck. Like, I think on some level, while I think the song was huge, it was amazing, it was good, it was impactful, it was a moment, the Grammys just hate Drake. And on some level, that was them being petty.
Oh, 1,000,000%. And I don't think he cares, like, oh... Kendrick won because they gave it to him. Like, who cares what they think? I think what probably hurt was just everyone, like...
A minor in the crowd. That's crazy as fuck.
And Taylor Swift just standing up with a glass of champagne. Like,
yeah.
That's gotta hurt.
Yeah.
A little.
That's his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Not anymore.
And then Beyonce.
Yeah, I mean, like, that was cool. I don't know if it should have won both awards that I saw it win, like, televised awards. I honestly don't even remember what they were. Song of the Year and Record of the Year, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that was Record of the Year. I also don't think it was Song of the Year, but I totally understand the argument that could be made that it was. Like, sure, the impact, the way it took over, you know.
The other thing with this year is, like, the pop songs and stuff were probably so spread out. Because, like, if X amount of people voted for, like, Sabrina Carpenter or Billie Eilish, like, not everyone's going in on, like, one.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. I think the most disappointing award of the night was
Pop vocal album.
Pop vocal album.
Because it wasn't going to go to Ari because the Grammys also hate Ariana Grande.
Even though it should have.
But it should have.
Yeah. And if it wasn't, then it needed to go to Billy or Chapel. Like,
absolutely.
If we're literally talking about
vocals,
performance, even the performance of the instrumentation, like that song, that album is so simple. Like, that's just straight up pop.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's like 2-3 songs on it that are like hits.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And like, I think she is a talented singer. Like, she is a good singer. She's good live. Like, she has a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
But Billie Eilish and Chappell Roan have generational talent voices.
And then Ariana Grande is.
I can't even like. The way that Eternal Sunshine like affected me this year,
mm-hmm.
and how I literally thought it was going to be my album of the year until Brat came out, and then it didn't get nominated for literally anything except for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, truly shocking. But also, like, what do you expect from the Grammys? Like, I don't know. I'm fucking over it.
And then Cowboy Carter.
I'm trying to tread lightly on this.
I'm happy for her, I guess. I don't really care.
Yeah, no,
I'm not mad that
I cared earlier today, and then I listened to it again, and I was like, okay, like, whatever. I think that the impact of that album, the significance of that album, what it means for her to do that album is album of the year in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so sorry. I have to pull it. I have to pull my music degree card. It has to come out. I'm so sorry. Sonically, that album fucking sucks. And it's like, some of it is indisputable, like, sucks. Like, there are probably like 6 songs that should have been cut.
Mm-hmm.
The mixing and mastering on some of the songs is genuinely so bad that it like makes my skin crawl. Like, the vocals are layered so incorrectly. It's bizarre.
Is it recording?
No.
I didn't think so. Why? I wonder.
So the microphone wasn't recording for a really long time. And we need to get microphones for real. We're just gonna have to keep going. Sorry, that was all camera audio. We are going to fix this. That sucks so bad.
I know, the last one was like hard.
Anyway, yeah, I wrote a fucking dissertation in my phone about how sonically there are some songs on Cowboy Carter that need to be revisited by a professional.
It won't be me.
Yeah, no. But other than that, like, I mean, I'm so glad she won Album of the Year. Like, I'm so glad that she has that. It probably should have been for Renaissance or Lemonade or Four or Self-Titled or something else. Because, like, my main thing with it was that, like, it just wasn't Beyonce caliber country. Like, it just wasn't. Like, I don't know how else to say it.
Although Texas Hold'em.
I listened to 16 Carriages today and almost cried. Like, those 2 singles are actually insane. And again, like, the songs that are really good are so fucking good and so powerful that, like, they really move me. Then this is what I was going to say earlier. I figured out why I don't like the album. Because the songs that are misses are not vulnerable enough.
So it's like, what was even the reason?
It's like the songs that like, and some of them are just fun, and that's fine. And like, those are fine. I don't have qualms with those. There's just like a few songs that I feel like should have been cut because it feels like manufactured emotion. Like, it feels like she's singing about something she doesn't actually care about to like try and portray an emotion that she doesn't actually feel.
Gotcha.
But then the songs where you can feel it, like, are so powerful and so moving. Like, the lyricism is fucking beautiful. It's just, yeah. Yeah. But anyway, happy for her. Glad she won. Because it's actually insane that she's never won Album of the Year.
Absolutely. The Beatles won a Grammy.
Oh, they did?
Congrats to those guys.
Congrats to them. This is going to be huge for them.
Yeah, they needed it.
I don't think there was anything else that I was, like, disappointed about.
No.
No.
And I wasn't even, like, mad, you know?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, whatever, dude.
Yeah. I almost cried so many times during, like, it was a good Grammys.
For sure.
I saw a tweet that was like, this Grammys is a little too good. It feels like your last pup cup before you get euthanized.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The Benson Boom memes that we have been sending each other.
They're so funny.
I am like crying laughing at them. My favorite one is Heidi Klum and Nikki Glaser ripping off Benson Boone's clothes before he does a front flip off a piano on the Grammys stage. Okay, hello. And then someone quote tweeted it and said, "There's no scientific way to know who this guy is."
It's giving how everyone was like CGI monkey for some reason. Like no one knew. My favorite one was a picture of Benson Boone just on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Me if I took this substance or something, IDK, I never saw the movie."
That one had me in shambles.
And then this one. These devastating wildfires in Los Angeles taught us that if you want to guess the color of their underwear, no, they may be wearing the only pair they own. Because some people right now can't even afford to eat that girl for lunch, whatever. But then the end said, "Up next, you guessed it, Benson Boone." You guessed it.
Like never in my wildest dreams because could I have thought that man was performing that song and doing flips.
The backflips.
And why did Heidi Klum and Nikki Glaser, I don't know, strip him naked into a fucking...
He is so hot.
I don't.
That's okay.
Yeah, totally. I see the appeal 100%. He just like is so short to me. I can't get past it.
Gotcha. I tried to Google how
I
short
know
he was,
he's
and
5'4".
there's nothing.
Nothing came up because there's no scientific way to know who he is.
What if he's not real?
No, for some reason. Taylor looked beautiful. So glad she didn't win a Grammy. So sorry. This was like other people's years. Girly, step aside.
And that's fine. I really wish she would have won something.
I know that you love that album, but like...
I love it so
What
much.
would you have ever had it win over? In what category?
I think it's hard to say.
Because of why?
I don't know, because I'm going to get hate for this. I think it should have won Album of the Year over Beyonce's album.
Oh!
So there you go.
I'll cut that if you want.
I don't want you to cut it. That's my opinion. And I don't care.
I think that's great.
Remember when we were
So funny that I wrote it down.
at the Grammy party? Love the Grammy party, by the way. Brooke was
The other night?
we were talking about ChatGPT, and Brooke was like, if you ask, she said, "I've used it for evil before." And we were like,
That's what she said to
yes.
preface all.
And we were like, what? And she asked ChatGPT, based on everything I've said to you, what are hard truths that I need to hear? And we all did it. And mine were just like personal and sad. Everyone else's were Mackenzie's.
Mine was work.
What's the guy's name? Maybe we shouldn't say his name.
We won't say it, but Mackenzie has clearly typed in a man's
We'll pretend
name.
the name is Jacob.
Yeah.
Verbatim said, I forget what it
Verbatim is... So
Verbatim is crazy when I don't remember anything.
It
was
said
like
something to the effect of like, it seems like Jacob is not putting in the time to you that you're putting into him. Mind you, this is like one of her whores. Like this is like not even anything remotely real. She's well aware of the entire situation, handling it like a champ because she doesn't give a fuck.
And
like knowing Mackenzie too, like that's the funniest possible advice you could give to her. Like,
and by name.
yeah, I bet. What? And by name.
By
It
name.
was so funny. And I start screaming. I'm like, so that means that you've typed his name into ChatGPT. Brooks was like deeply personal about like her inside thoughts about her own relationship and her self-worth. And then it was like...
And then the third one literally just said, you're holding yourself back in terms of your woodworking. Like she's not doing it enough.
And it's just so funny to like see the contrast between like what people ask ChatGPT about. Like,
yeah.
Some days she's asking it like deeply personal questions, and the next day she's like, "How do I drill a hole?"
Yeah,
like,
literally.
It's so fucking funny. And then I feel like I need to talk to mine more. I know we're not supposed to be like using AI. Sorry.
I use it all the time.
I have to for work. I'm so sorry, and I think that makes me dumb as fuck. It also makes me resourceful, so I don't care. But Yeah, I had a whole conversation with it the other day about, like, its own feelings about its own impact on the environment, which, like, literally destroying the environment to ask it that dumbass fucking question, but, like, it was pretty insightful.
What did it say? Like, it's not my fault. I didn't create myself.
Essentially, it was like, I'm a robot girl. Why are you asking me this?
True.
But no, it was actually really insightful, and it was like, if you want me to point you in the direction of resources. And it was talking about, like, our personal impact and, like, ways we can make a difference. Do you want me to help you with ways you can make a difference? And I was like, I don't think it's my fucking fault. I think it's giant corporations, da-da-da-da. And he gave me, like, some alarming statistics that very much validated that, and I was like, slay. So there's nothing we can do.
Yeah, they say, like, every question or response it generates is like a gallon of water being wasted. And I said, honey, what about when I'm asking it rampant questions while running my bath water for 3 hours? I'm so sorry, you guys.
I'm so sorry.
I'll be better.
But, like,
I
honest
won't,
to
though.
God, like, this is what... Okay, remember there was one episode where I told you that I asked my smart friend if Elon Musk would buy TikTok, and he said no, and I said, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was talking to him about, like, the AI of it all, and he's, like, borderline a rocket scientist. Like, he's an aerospace engineer, and, like, we were talking about it, and he was just like, it's only a problem because of the amount of resources we've already used up. Like, in a vacuum, it's not that big of a deal, but it's because of the fact that we're, like, already so fucked that now this is just taking away resources that we already are running low on.
Okay,
Because
yay.
it's not renewable energy.
Well, not yay.
Not yay, but it's like...
But not like, I have to stop asking it thing.
Yeah.
It literally taught me how to play chess.
Oh, that's amazing.
I know.
It genuinely confirmed that, like, if billion-dollar corporations and, like, oil companies and, like, everyone who's, like, actually fucking up the earth don't do something in the next... Like, it gave me a literal breakdown of, like, when it's actually going to be super... Like, it already is, but, like, if we don't do something by this time, then, like, it's actually going to be over by this time. And that was, like, a crazy... Like, obviously you know that, but, like, that's, like, a robot who's just, like, giving you factual information.
I asked it to summarize...
Unbiasedly.
I asked it to summarize an article about the travel shit with transgender people.
Yeah.
And it summarized the article and then literally was, like, not biased, but, like, on the right side of history and was being like, this is literally, like, abysmal and, like, literally overturning things that people have worked so hard for. And I was like, slay.
Oh my God. Like, I love you, ChatGPT.
I love ChatGPT.
I'm sorry.
If it was like every answer kills a human, then, like, I would limit my questions, but...
Crazy. Oh, man.
Like, I have to take my shirt off. I don't know what's going
No,
on.
we have to get naked. We can't keep filming. Kanye?
Is that really going to be a topic?
Yes.
Crazy.
Because it's just, we didn't even, like, get to talk about the fact that he unfollowed everyone on Instagram besides Taylor Swift the night before the awards and then posted, like, weekend plans or something, and then showed up uninvited with his naked wife.
For some reason.
For some reason. And then got escorted out because he was not invited. And then Julia Fox performed with
on her birthday.
With Charlie XCX on her birthday. And Charlie XCX said, happy birthday, Julia Fox. Like, fuck you, Kanye, first and foremost. For
and
making
scary.
Me do this shit.
Just for everyone involved. Like, I'm scared.
Like, one, when are you going to stop harassing Taylor Swift? Like,
Bruh.
No one cares. Like, how is this still even on your mind?
Right.
Two, I mean, we've had so many conversations about Kanye. We know where we stand. Like, please get help. I'm so worried about you. You have made some of the most beautiful, life-changing, like, monumental things that I hold dearest in this lifetime.
Absolutely.
And I love you. And I hope that you're okay.
I hate you and I hope you're okay. But I love your music.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Back to our friends and their men. Are we allowed to tell the fact that some dude wrote Tay a poem with a feather?
A feather.
I didn't see it till way after the fact because I was at work, and then I, like, read it and I was like...
I, like, don't have a ton of, like, lore on that guy. Like, she told us about him when she was here and haven't heard about him since, and, like, I don't really know the vibes with him or that right now.
But he asked her if he could write a poem about her.
He did, yeah.
Say what you will. I'm not going to judge that because I do write poetry.
Don't write me a poem. That's all I'm saying. I'll block you.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, no, don't do it.
I would never write a poem about someone that I don't know and have talked to like 3 times. Twice.
I never met.
Yeah, well,
they had texted only.
Let alone you guys. The photo looked
Sent
like
her a photo of it. Like didn't type a poem and send it to her. Sent her a photo of the poem that he wrote on scroll.
It was a like parchment paper with a quill pen, like a feather, and a glass of red wine. I said, this
like
man.
The little ink in the thing and the feather in it, and he had written it on literal like scroll.
And it was
on like Dead Sea Scroll.
And it was like not like you couldn't read it.
No, I couldn't read it at all. He said something about her like shining bright like a lightning bolt or some shit.
I'm horrified.
It was wild. And like she texted us and said, "Is this AI?" She said, "Guys, I need to know if this is an AI generated image." And jury's still out. I think no, though, because he, like, used her name in it. It was way too specific to be AI.
It was weird.
I don't know. I'm just confused by it. I'd like a little more context. I was confused, too.
She kind of...
to see how things go. She really brushed right past it.
She did.
That wasn't one of the craziest things that's ever happened.
Well, and she said she didn't even read the poem.
Yeah, she was like, I glanced at it while I was at work. And I was like, what do you mean you glanced at a feather pen scroll poem from a guy from Hinge? Like...
Normalize reading poems that are written about you. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, read them for sure. Don't send me one. Ever.
Send me one. No one's ever written
Bobby
me a poem.
Oh my God, please. Fuck. Jesus fuck. Things you should do for me. Tell me I'm beautiful. I'm like, really, I need that right now.
Okay, you're beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just like, I get a lot of like, you're hot. And I'm like, I get it.
See, I'm opposite. I love, like, you're sexy.
Well, okay. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, beautiful is fun.
I can get that. You know.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I mean, I was feeling compliment, attention, affection starved. And so now I'm, like, high gear seeking it in a way that is definitely part of my toxic journey.
My thing is right now is like I haven't loved my body, which is so crazy because last night I literally was like complaining about it. But like in general, lately than I have in years, like I just feel like I look better than I have in years.
Yeah.
And like I'm not gonna like post pictures of my underwear because I feel like Levi wouldn't like that very much.
Totally.
But I want to, and not even for like. I mean, like, yeah, the attention would be nice, like, the thirst trap of it all, but also, like, just to do it, be like, hey, bitches, I'm hot.
Do you still take the pictures?
Oh, my God, yeah, I took one earlier.
Okay, perfect. I so do. Normalize taking nudes and just keeping them in your phone forever. Like, anytime I look hot, yes!
I know.
Bobby!
I should send it to Levi.
You should take your shirt off, for sure.
That's what I was saying.
I'm about to take mine off, too. Oh, my God.
I know.
No, anytime I feel sexy, I take a nude. Like, 100%.
A million%.
It goes nowhere.
Right.
Sometimes it does, but, like, most of the time it stays right in the phone.
Yeah.
For a rainy day.
Same.
Obviously, my ex just, like... didn't care about anything or show any emotion or would never show jealousy. So, like, if I posted that, he would be like, probably wouldn't even like it.
He'd probably tweet about it. Moving weird. Popping in my Blu-ray tonight. So sorry. Well, that's the thing. If I posted one, Levi would be mad. He'd
I know,
be like,
that's
what the fuck? But, like, if I sent it to him, he would just be like, hot. Which, like, slay, babe. Love you. But, like...
For sure, no. And that's, like... That's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is like you really do have to figure out what your partner wants and needs, or they're gonna want it somewhere else. And that is like the inevitable.
And I'm not like, that's not the point I'm at.
For sure.
By any means.
I just mean in general.
Yeah.
Even if they don't seek it somewhere else, they're feeling unfulfilled.
Yeah.
So like.
And sometimes I do in terms of like sexing and stuff, but.
Yeah.
But we have like a good sex life. So like.
Yeah.
It would be so different if like then we were hanging out and like it was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean, you guys aside, I think that's good.
No, I think that's totally right.
Yeah. In general, like, you just, I don't know, me personally, I'm definitely at a point where I do not believe that one person can satisfy all of your needs forever. And, like, whether that be continuing to pour into yourself, continuing to pour into your platonic friendships, and vice versa. Because, like, there's so much intimacy that you need from your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you cannot seek all of, like, the intimacy and validation and needs from your romantic partner. Like, one, it's way too much pressure to put on them. And two, like, it's unrealistic that someone can fulfill all that. Like, and I'm not saying polyamory is for everyone or, like, that's the answer. But, like, I think for me, it probably, like, is.
Yeah. And I think for things like that, like, like, with the friendships, like, I couldn't get out of Levi what I get from my friends. Like, not that he, like, isn't a friend, but, like, you just see them in a different filter.
I feel that way about my friends. Like, each one of my friends, like, we have a completely different relationship that doesn't, like, impede upon the other relationships. And, like, that's how I feel about polyamory. I don't know if I could do it, but I feel like I might be a type of person who's, like, in a 2-year-long relationship and then not, and then in another one, and then not, and then in another one. Like, because I don't know if I can handle polyamory. I just don't know if that's, like, the vibe. I'd have to have, like, the perfect situation, and, like, that would probably be my soulmate if I found that.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I just, like, yeah.
For sure. And it also comes down to, like, your just, like, how much you need your needs. Like, I would be way more willing to be monogamous and keep one person forever and not get, like, random attention from guys.
Yeah.
But other people are like, no, I want to, like, flirt and, like, get attention from other guys, and that's important to me. So then in that case, but in terms of things like friendship and stuff, like, that's just, like, I don't know, non-negotiable. And, like, that's just different.
Yeah, that's different. I do think that there's so many people, though, who just, like, completely lose themselves, and those people scare me. Like,
I've done it. Not forever.
No, and I feel like, you know, like, just, like, those serial daters that, like, are always in a relationship. They always take on the identity of the person they're dating and, like, completely lose sight of reality, and then they're just, like, married.
I know the ones.
I know a few.
Yeah.
That shit has literally always scared me. One of them in particular I went to high school with. And I will never forget, she came up to me one time when we were, like, a little removed from high school. Like, we were in college, I think, or maybe right after college, I don't remember. She was just like, I just admire, like, how long you've been single. Like, I just so admire that you can do that. And I literally was like, girl, you can do it too, and you should.
She should have done a lot of things.
Yeah, but, like, one, it felt like slight shade. Like, okay, hold on, it hasn't been that long, chill out. Like,
yeah.
Two, behind the scenes, I'm crashing out over and texting him every fucking day, and we're going back and forth. I just don't post him so you guys don't publicly know I have a boyfriend, but I have someone that I answer to, for sure, and fight with.
Answer to is dark, but
it's so dark. It's so dark how that man literally controlled my life for years, and we weren't together. Like, at no point was I in a relationship with that man after I was and before I was the other time. But, like,
at no point is crazy. I have to pee so bad.
Perfect.
I can't wait to get a sext at, like, 10 p.m. on Thursday night when he listens to this.
I hope so. Like, where are my real sexters at?
They're there.
Where?
Everywhere, I would say.
No, I know. Like, I have, you know, we've talked extensively about my preferred method of sexual communication, and no one ever has done it the way this man does it. Like, it's, like, on another fucking level that is,
the
like,
Twitter guy?
Yeah, bro. It's, like, insane.
Does he live nearby?
Oklahoma.
Right. Bitch, I better be joking.
No, like, I don't even know. I have no idea what he looks like. I don't even know if I could fuck in real life.
How did you find Oklahoma, man?
Twitter.
Yeah, but, like, in what context?
Oh, honey. Like, it is, oh my God, it's so perfect and beautiful. It's literally, are you on? Sex for 3 hours and then gotta go. Don't talk for weeks.
Yeah, I like that.
It is, we have, I know nothing about him. We have never had a conversation.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's gonna lead me into my real life boyfriends, I guess.
Okay.
Time for the weekly update. I have a date tomorrow, and I have a date Friday, and I have a new Columbus boyfriend who I'm gonna refer to as my gay boyfriend.
Why?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because he is so me-coded. Like, first of all, my Hinge profile says, like, what's one thing that is true, or whatever the fuck they say.
What is one thing that's true?
And I said everything is romantic, and he replied, and we started queening out about Charlie XCX and like the Sweat Tour, and like he loves Everything Is Romantic is his favorite song from Brat, and the remix is his favorite song from Brat, but it's different, whatever, and like me too. And we just had so much, and then like we were like texting so much yesterday, and then I was like, wait, are you queer, or are you just like so cool? And he was like, jury's still out, like my last partner was non-binary, but like I've only really ever been with like female assigned female at birth vibes, so like I don't really know. And I'm like, okay, slay, love that. So that's why I'm calling him my gay boyfriend, which makes no sense.
I think it's awesome.
I think it's funny. We have so much in common, and like I love him, but he lives in Columbus, A, and B, I don't think I'm that attracted to him. Like I would never have, unless he replied with the everything is romantic shit, like I probably wouldn't have swiped right. Okay. So also, like, I'm letting all the hoes follow me on fucking Instagram, and then they find our podcast and apparently are watching it. So I might have to cut all that. I just feel so weird. Like, I need to chill.
Here's the deal with that. If someone's gonna like you, they're gonna like you for all of you. Maybe not if you call them your gay boyfriend.
I just feel like I just said I'm not attracted to him on here, and that's gonna feel weird to watch.
I would hate to hear that.
Yeah, and I also don't even know if I am. Like, that was just like an assumption based off an app.
I don't know if he'll make it this far in the episode.
That's true. It's been weird.
But I would.
This point. Yeah.
And if he's like questioning his sexuality, I already took my shirt off, so he's probably stuck now. Okay, I really just want to hear about Beep.
Okay, well,
And we have to tread lightly, I know, because y'all are cool.
Yeah. So, well, I also want to talk about the mailman.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of people who watch the podcast, I got caught in 4K. Yeah. He watched the last episode of our podcast, which he's never done before, has never said anything about anything.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching, baby. Thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, share, please. All the horrors.
I forget what was said, though. What was, like, bad?
He texted me verbatim and said, damn, podcast Aaron got no faith in the mailman. And I was like, right. Damn, my fault, babe. Because I was just saying, like, I don't know if I like him. This might be a situation similar to one of my exes where, like, I built him up so much in my head. I was in love with him. Like, I was deeply in love with him, but I didn't like him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
we also kind of said we, like, pity him for his, like, job situation.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Yeah, like, we just feel empathy. We're not like,
and he doesn't have it anymore, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I was like, he needs to get a little more confidence, like, da-da-da-da. But when he texted me about that, I was like, oh my God, this is humiliating. First of all, so sorry. Then I watched it back from his perspective and was like, I want to kill myself. So sorry. Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watching it back from someone else's perspective is rough.
Rough. And he had just found my TikTok like a few days before, so then I had to watch all my videos from his perspective then. It's rough. My God, it's awful. I want to delete everything. Don't perceive me.
I mean, for sure. When Levi first watched the podcast, I literally was having a full-blown panic attack.
For sure.
But turns out he asked me to be his boyfriend like the next day.
Because of it. So maybe this will help me.
But then the other time when I was like talking shit about his family on vacation, and I was sitting right next to him watching it, and he just like got quiet.
I cut that.
I mean, it was my fault.
For sure.
You don't have to cut it.
It's true.
And I love his family.
Love them.
Yeah, so.
Never met them, but they sound great.
They're
well, I've met
so
his
fun.
mom and his cousin and his sister. I don't know. Anyway.
You briefly met his sister at Pride.
Oh.
But she's fucking cool. Cool. The face of horror as if it hasn't been like 3 hours. I feel like I'm going to put my shirt back on.
Dude, you got a disease. I don't think you should at all. Okay, so yeah, mailman watched the podcast, whatever. But then when he texted me that, obviously I was mortified. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this isn't how I want to talk about this. I'm gonna go crazy.
I think you look cute, so I don't know.
Okay. And then I was like, no, like we've genuinely like talked about so many of the things that you and I were talking about, like after we filmed, like we filmed this before we had any of those conversations and like whatever. He's just like a little shy guy, kind of. Not shy necessarily, but like it just takes him a little to like blossom and like get comfortable.
Okay.
And I'm trying to like rush it.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't.
I know I shouldn't.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. I feel weird because I want to talk to you about it, but I feel like he's going to watch it. So now it just feels weird. But I also want to like update our fans. But like, I'm trying to keep it player and I'm not keeping it player, bro. Like at all.
You have to just like talk as if he's watching live.
I can't. I want to tell you that I like him and I don't want him to know that.
Oh. Why? Who wouldn't want to hear that?
Because I'm trying, like, I feel like I'm doing too much. Like, I feel like I, like, am feeling weird things. Like, I was telling Morgan and Mackenzie earlier, like, I feel like I, like, care about what he thinks.
I think that's beautiful.
I hate it.
Oh, well.
I hate it. But, you know, we're doing it. Anyway, I want him to come over tonight, but I feel like I've asked him to hang out like 3 times and
he hasn't?
We haven't been able to for one reason or another.
Ask him.
I've asked 3 times. I'm not asking a 4th time. If I ask him to hang out again, I'm gonna like have to take myself out back. That's where it's at. Mackenzie saw him on Hinge earlier today and was like, I literally almost sent him a like and said, you need to ask Aaron to hang out tonight.
He does.
Yeah, because that's where it's at. Which like this is gonna come out after he would have whatever.
Well, maybe he'll ask you then.
Maybe he will. I'm busy tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Well, I didn't hear Saturday, mailman.
I don't know. Yeah, so that's my update there. Like, congrats that you heard that or sorry that happened. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you said anything mean.
I know I didn't. That's the problem.
No, that's not the problem.
I know, I'm just kidding. Okay.
You're allowed to have crushes on people. It doesn't mean it's that serious.
That's what, you're so right. I have a crush on him. That's exactly what this is.
Yeah, and he has a crush on you too.
And I love that.
Yeah, it's cute.
I
I'm
love it.
in support.
Yeah. Okay, so now the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yeah, please.
Okay, so there was a little update on the other boyfriend who we never gave a name to. I texted my friends like kind of while it was happening or like right after and was like fucking fuming. And I was like fucking fuming earlier and like I told Bobby like I want to tell you live on the podcast to like get your live reaction. I'm gonna have to cut some of it, but like.
Well, also, do they even know anything about it?
Not that much, but like I feel like what I'm about to say, like I don't even care about it. Like this is to me was such like a singular incident. Like yeah, everything else, the context is like there, but like the way that the conversation that I'm about to tell you about took place, like the context doesn't even fucking matter to me.
Okay.
It was like whatever. Yeah, so it was like basically done when we filmed last week. Basically, it's crazy. It was just like done, but I wasn't sure if I was gonna like I wasn't gonna never talk to them again. I was like maybe still interested in hooking up, like maybe still interested in hanging out, like maybe trying to like be more casual after some time apart, though I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
But like maybe it is now. I don't know. Things are like
it's not
in a weird place. But I was gonna come on here and be like genuinely so fucking livid and like I wasn't gonna say anything bad about them because like I fully understand and I always understood why the situation played out the way that it did and I have a lot of empathy for it. But like, yeah, right before you got here, when you were on your way, before you said on my way, I called them because I was talking to Morgan and Mackenzie earlier and I was so angry and I was like, should I just call them? And Mackenzie was like, do it, girl. And Morgan was like, don't do it, girl. And I was like, I'm going to do it. So I called them. They didn't answer. I texted them, said, can we talk? And they were like, are you good? Like, what's up? And I was like, I just want to talk about the other day. And they were just like, basically like, why? What's there to say vibes? And I was like, all right. Well.
Which is, yeah.
So then.
I'm being nice.
Yeah. And then, so I ended up calling them right before you got here. And like that conversation changed the entire conversation that we're about to have. Like I feel so much better about it. I'm way less angry.
Okay.
So here's the story. So they hit me up and they were like, I'm going to take a moment to complain about how badly I want to travel right now. I think it's probably because of the fact that I can't. I don't know. I mean, blah, 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 blah. And then they said like, just like, you know, freaking out essentially.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yes.
And I responded immediately and said, well, you can go to Puerto Rico, lol. Because, like, you don't need a passport for that. So, like, whatever. And I will say, like, I was annoyed. I was PMSing really badly. Like, really badly. And
this was also off the heels of some other shit.
Some
so where,
other
like...
shit that I was, like, annoyed. And, okay, here's the other thing. Is, like... when we filmed last, I wasn't that annoyed. I was just like, okay, taking a step back, not doing this anymore. Then we had a conversation that was like so fucking stupid and insignificant, but was like borderline an argument about literally Wicked that like really irritated me to my fucking soul. And like, I don't think we understand each other the way that we think we understand each other. Because, like, I think at one point communication was, like, very easy and fluid, and it has become not that.
Right.
And so it just feels like friction.
For sure.
Anything tries to get communicated, and it's like, oh my fucking God, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
From both of our ends.
Yeah.
And then I said, what gender does your current passport have on it? Because I'm thinking, like, I was trying to solve the problem.
Yeah.
I'll admit it. I was trying to solve the problem.
Rather than just being like, I'm so sorry, this is hard and scary.
Exactly. And they were like, technically I can go to Puerto Rico, but I don't think I can because blah, blah, blah. And just like explained like
invoice
why even if their passport was all good and fine, like it's still fucking psychotic and like whatever.
Totally.
I'm like reading this back and I'm like, wait, maybe I'm the problem.
Oh.
I said, so you can renew your passport. You just have to put your gender assigned at birth, which obviously that's fucked up and sick as fucking insane. But we're getting to a point where you're going to have to do what you have to do in order to survive. And that's absolutely fucking insane. But we can't lay down and die and submit to them fully. Leisure is resistance. Travel if you want. Fuck them. That just wasn't helpful. In that moment.
It wasn't helpful, but also I don't think it was like... I think you were trying to be like... genuine, like you still can travel and it fucking sucks the conditions that you're under right now and I'm not. You even said it like multiple times, this is fucked up. So I don't think your response was like bad.
Yeah. I just think like
they just wanted sympathy in the moment, which maybe you didn't realize at the moment, and you were just like, no, you still can, it sucks it's this way, but like you still can, and like that's gonna show like you deserve to be able to do that. So like any way you can enrich your life, do it. Yeah, maybe it's just not what they wanted to hear at the moment.
Yeah, and I think that like the way I responded wasn't maybe my best work.
Yeah.
But what it did not elicit was this.
Oh, I can only imagine.
So basically they just kind of like went off on me and was like, I'm not saying that. I'm literally saying like I'm just complaining and I'm allowed to complain and like
I'll never do it again to you, my bad.
Yeah, like literally, like they literally said, I hear you, that this is not a place where I should do that, and I'm just wondering where the fuck you heard that.
Right.
Because when have I, and like, what was so frustrating for me is that like, I feel like I could have gotten a little grace in that one text message that maybe wasn't the perfect text message. Because of you knowing me, the relationship presently between us, the amount of conversations that we've had about this in general, and also just like, I literally told them I would like kill someone about them. Like,
yeah.
Like, so
they're just not hearing you.
And it just, and like, stop telling me you hear me, because you don't. And that feels like a manipulative thing to say. But I ended up being like, bro, what? And then I said like, no, I like, actually don't talk to me like that. That was crazy. And like, just don't. Because I just felt like I had become like their punching bag. Like it felt like
for sure
they have so much like past trauma, present trauma. And like, I have so much empathy for that, which is why like, I didn't like really know what to say, but I just like felt like I had to say like, don't fucking talk to me like that. Because like, I know why you're talking to me like that. And I have, again, empathy and understanding for how your setup has led you to talk to me like that, or like assume my position being like against you. But like, it felt like everything was like, I'm their adversary, and also I'm a child.
Yeah.
Like that was what was frustrating me so much, was like, I'm either stupid as fuck or I'm evil as fuck, and this is some master plan to fuck your life up.
Right.
It can't be both. But you're talking to me like it's both, and like at least pick one, but they're both fucking wrong. I just felt like I needed to be like, shut the fuck up. Don't talk to me like that. Like,
right.
What the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was really angry, and like it just felt so... It felt like a betrayal. Like, it literally felt like I've shown you who I am, and now you're throwing it back in my face like you've never met me before.
I think they just have resentment towards you because you didn't love them the way that they wanted to be loved in 3 weeks.
I mean, I think that, like, there was some weird harbored feelings from both of our sides in terms of the romantic aspect. Like, you can't just actually pretend that shit didn't happen and then, like, try to have a conversation about something else and that not be being brought into it on some level.
Yeah.
But I do just genuinely feel like there's so much projection of like the way that others have treated them or are still treating them, or the way that the world is treating them, that like I'm not doing, but like that's a knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah.
And I get that. And again, like I don't think that my text was that good. Like it wasn't
But
terrible,
I don't think it was I don't think it was horrible. It wasn't what they wanted to hear in the moment.
And I can totally understand how, like, if you didn't know me and that was the text that I sent, that would be your response.
Totally.
But that was the part that was like, but you do, so... But I mean, getting triggered is getting triggered. I don't know. Like, can't really do anything about that shit. But it's like I always say to you guys and to whoever will listen, just because you understand why someone... Just because you understand where someone's coming from and you have empathy for it and like you know exactly why they're doing what they're doing doesn't mean that you have to like it or put up with it.
For sure.
So like all that being said, I called them earlier and like they not only validated everything that I was saying and feeling, but they almost like said it before I even said it.
Well, that's good.
And like, mind you, the last thing that they said to me was okay. Because they sent back a crazier audio message that like, yeah, that pissed me off even more. And I literally said like, I'm not trying to add to what you have going on right now. And this is not a conversation that we should have. Because like, there's no need for you to be in a high stress situation feeling the way that you were already feeling when you brought this to me and then me start an argument with you or like tell you about yourself or like say something fucked up. Mm-hmm. So like whatever. And then they just said, okay. And then we didn't speak for like 5 days. So then I was like tripping, like I cannot have that be like the narrative in your head. Like, do you actually think that I'm a person who would say to you, like, you're overreacting, you're being dramatic about this isn't real, and pick yourself up by your bootstraps and don't talk to me about this again? Right. Because, and I said to them on the phone today, I'm like, I can't even like fathomably conceive how you can come up with that. Like based on what's going on between us, who I am, who you know me to be, the conversations we've had, like, and it's not on some, like, that was not my intention to make you feel that way. I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. It's literally like, that's not how I feel at all. So, like, how could I even have portrayed that that's how I feel?
For sure.
Like, it's like, if I feel that way and then I accidentally let that slip out, that's one thing. But, like, in no fucking world do I think that you're being dramatic. Or
no,
that, like,
not at all.
shit
You were
isn't...
texting more passionate shit than they were about that topic to our group chat without them in it.
Oh,
and I know you, so, like, I obviously know you're infuriated.
And, like, I'm just, like, I'm having conversations that are, like, what are we gonna do? Like, when, like, we need to leave? Like, do we need to pack bags? Like, I'm having, like, conversations that are, like, I'm gonna end up in a detainment camp for the fuck shit that I'm on because I can't, like, control myself, but is that worse for everyone? Do I need to remain on the outside of the, like, I'm having, like, psychotic, fucked up thoughts about, like, the state of the world and, like, how the fuck I'm gonna be able to take care of everyone I love.
Yeah,
like,
so it's probably insulting to you and, like, what the fuck to hear, like, oh, I guess I hear you. I can't, this isn't a safe space.
Exactly.
And it's like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. You have just fucking annoyed me as fuck up to this point, and you weren't saying anything insensitive, you were just giving solutions.
Yeah, and I didn't need to be giving solutions. I was annoyed, and I probably should have, like, waited until I wasn't annoyed to answer it.
That's fair.
In a little bit better of a way. And, like,
Totally.
I fully, reading it from their perspective, like, understand more now than I did the other day when I was mad that, like,
yeah,
what I said.
Well, because they're probably used to that from other people in their past,
which is why I understand it.
And they probably already feel a sense of, like, they're annoying you. Mm-hmm. So, like, when you responded that, they were probably like, oh, I guess I'm just fucking annoying.
Yeah, I guess I'll just fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know all the ins and outs. I know, like, kind of the vibe of things that have happened in the past couple of weeks or so. And, like, if they are watching, I have been there, not in the trans, obviously, in that regard, but in regards of, like, feeling like, oh, I didn't intentionally mean to be, like, manipulative or whatever it may be. And I've been in situations where, like, it's been called out to me and I haven't even been able to acknowledge, like, oh, you're right, like, I don't want to do that. So, like, I think it's good that they're being aware of that. And, like,
yeah,
at the end of the day, like, they seem like a passionate human being. Like, I don't think it's, like, I think that conversation definitely was misconstrued on both ends.
For
and
sure.
I'm glad that you smoothed it over.
Me too, because I was, like, first of all, I was, like, really angry, and then I was, like, really stressed, like, to talk about it on here. I still don't know, like, in what capacity I'm gonna leave in or whatever, but, like, I don't know, I think it's an interesting, like, human interaction that, like, I think is...
I agree, and I think it gives us another chance to say that it is a scary time, and I know that we don't want to, like, talk about that forever on the podcast, but it is fucking scary, and, like, we both are friends with trans people, and we know these people that are our friends and our peers, and, like, the fact that people are feeling this way is horrifying.
Yeah.
And it's awful.
Yeah.
So, like...
That's what Mackenzie and I were talking about the other day, too, is, like, the people who, like, don't have that going on in them right now are just, like, so scary. Like, some of it is, like, because she was coming from a place of, like, where she's from. Like, she's, like, the people that I grew up around, like, aren't evil.
Mackenzie, you mean?
They just don't know what they don't know. And, like, there is a sector of the population that voted for him that is that. But that's what I was saying, like, it's just, like, you don't know anyone other than people who look like you. Because there's no way that you could care about people who are not white, who are not cis, who are not straight, like, and vote for that man. Like, or not feel, like, sad and freaked out right now. Like, it's just fucking crazy. And it's, like, even if you don't, like, see tangible things that are, like, actually happening, like a law or, like, whatever, which is stupid also, but, like, the fact that anyone's even feeling that way should, like, as a human being, like, make you feel something.
That's my thing, because I had someone very close to me. I don't know if I even want to say this. So
well, just say it and I'll cut it.
Someone close to me that I don't know for sure who they voted for, but, like, I know. Like, give sympathy, but in a way that was like, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad type vibe.
Exactly.
And I genuinely think this person, like, believes that.
Yes.
Like, and I don't think this person's evil, but at the same time, I'm like, but to your point, how do you know people are freaking the fuck out? And you're just like, it's not going to be that bad.
Even if it's not going to be that bad, even if nothing happens, the fact that people are feeling this way is so fucked up. Like,
yes.
You should have empathy for that alone. Like, the fact that anyone is, like, putting together, like, survival plans, escape plans, go bags, like, trying to figure out what the fuck they're going to do with their kids, with themselves. Like, how are they going to get XYZ? How are they're going to lose access to everything they need? And, like, it's just, like...
Mm-hmm.
People are scared. How is that not enough for you to give a shit? Like, I just... Hot take, I don't want anyone to be scared.
Yeah.
Like, is that crazy?
And if roles were reversed and Kamala won, no one was going to be scared.
No one was going to fucking scared. You were going to be scared.
They were going to be annoyed.
Literally, you were going to have minor inconveniences at most.
At most. Because what minor
conveniences?
conveniences?
That is, like, fucking evil to me. And again, I know they're brainwashed, so, like, they don't think about it in that way. But it's like, but some of them do. Some of them are just actually evil. Like, you know, some of them are stupid.
Yeah, some people are ignorant. Hateful.
Some of them don't know what they don't know. And then, like, a huge percent of them are just, like, fucking evil as fuck.
Mm-hmm. And they, like, get off on making people, like, cry.
Yeah. And just, like, they literally want ethnic cleansing. They literally want cis, straight, white people to be the only thing. They want a male-dominated society where women are their property. And they want the good old days back.
And I'm just like, why? I mean, that sounds so stupid, but genuinely, like, why?
Patriarchy, can't explain. Don't
but, like,
know.
what are they gonna... Ugh.
That's the thing that men don't understand, is that the patriarchy literally fucks us all. That's the thing that MAGA doesn't understand, is, like, dictatorship fucks us all. Fascism fucks us all. Like, you don't get to parade around your little MAGA hat and be saved. Like... Mm-hmm. And, like, the shit that's, like, driving me insane is, like, the libs thinking they're, like, fucking owning people when they're, like, oh my god, like, let's just let it get as bad as possible so then we can be, like, see. And it's, like, again, that portion of people who is actually evil is, like, fuck yeah. They're not, like, oh no, what have we done? Right. Like, you're not, like, owning them by being, like, see, he knew about Project 2025 all along, you dumb fucks. Like, they're, like, hell yeah, we did too. Mm-hmm. And we can't wait.
Right.
Like, oh my god, it's so crazy. Welcome back to our echo chamber. Like, obviously, you guys already all
are with
feel
it.
The same way.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, fucking, bro. It's getting, like, in, like, 2016, I went really crazy. Like, I went off the deep end. I was, like, cutting people off. I was, like, so angry. I had so much hate in my heart. I was, like, freaking out. And then... from 2016 to, like, 2019, I went through, like, a really long period of, like, not trying to be a centrist because I'll never compromise on my, like, views, but, like, just trying to, like, not have so much hate in my heart and not, like, fight hate with more hate,
mm-hmm.
you know, and
I agree with that. I will never fold on any of my beliefs and, like... First of all, I make, like $30,000 a year. I never will give I mean, maybe one day about, like, taxes and shit, but, like, not for real. To me, it's all social issues. So, like, why the fuck would I, you know what I mean? But I do think that there is something to be said about, like, this is just so extreme and, like, the hatred that is spewed from both sides. But, like, the one side is hating people for being racist and homophobic and transphobic.
And the other side is me hating you for that.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's like...
So it's like...
It's not even
well, we're not going to find a solution there.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's like, these are basic human rights.
Yeah, and I'm at the point where, like, it's a waste of energy either way. So, mm-hmm. like, I may as well give in to what feels good, which is fucking hating you people.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like...
For me,
I'm having, like, evil thoughts.
Well, that's not good.
I can't help it.
An eye for an eye makes the world blind. I mean, like, when I see men tweet shit like, women are our property and shit, like, yeah, like, I want them dead.
Yeah.
But, like...
There's so much talking going on outside and a trash can rolling down the driveway, like...
But I would like to find a candidate in our lifetime who can be just respected by the general... And you're never going to make everyone happy. But there's got to be something. This is so fucked up.
I'm not even trying to be like...
Like, the KKK is back.
Sorry.
They never left.
That's so real and fucked up, but that was a crazy way to word it.
It's, like, normalized again. Well, not normalized, but, like, it's...
It's emboldened. Yeah, I mean, like, what even is there to say about it?
I don't know if I can even say that on YouTube, by the way.
Oh. The KKK is back?
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. We get 36 views. I'm trying to stay, like, level-headed and not, like, so doomsday about it, but, like, if we compare this to Nazi Germany, word for word, bar for bar, like, it is...
eerily similar.
Like, we need to be prepared for literally, like, this to be it. And, like, Germany rebuilt, slay. But, like, I'm having, like, real conversations and, like, real thoughts about, like, what is the plan? Like, what are we personally going to do for our neighbors and in our communities? And, like...
I think fight.
Do we leave? Do we stay in for, like, I don't know what's best. Like...
In my mind, I have... And I get conflicted within myself for this, but I have, like, I'm able to shut it out. Not shut it out like I never see it or it doesn't piss me off when I, like, think about it or see things, but I am able to just, like, live my life. But in terms of, like, what's our plan, my thought is always, like, if it gets much worse than it is and, like, things are really, really happening, we go out on the streets and we throw shit and we, unfortunately, a lot of us will fucking die for the cause.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, but that's what's happened all throughout history and that's how change happened.
I know.
So, like, my hopeful side is, like, we will get through these 4 years and, like, hopefully, I mean, it's already fucked. So, like, that's a very privileged take to take and I understand that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I don't know.
I have tears in my eyes.
I want to get through it. And hopefully we just, like, will and it won't come to a fucking civil war.
I have been, like, wrestling so hard with, like, just how much, like, rage and, like, devastation is living inside me right now at the fact that we even have to have this conversation. Like, the fact that, like, we will have to go in the streets and fight and we will have to die for the cause. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Because then what did all those motherfuckers die for before? Who literally risked their lives for us to be able to, like, queen out and, like, be ourselves.
No, literally. And, like, this is how it has felt for every person who's always been on the right side of history. Like, this is literally, like, I want you dead for putting anyone in this position. I'm so sorry. Like, the fact that I'm thinking about risking my fucking life, you should fucking die for your cause, bitch.
Yeah.
Not me. Mm-hmm. Sorry.
So.
Whoa. Who knew that was going to happen today?
Not me, but.
I feel like we've been tiptoeing around it and, like, we just needed to, like, get into it.
For sure. And I do, like I said, like, I often feel, like, a sense of guilt for my privilege.
Oh, 100%.
And
how could you not?
Even more so, I guess it's a privilege to be able to shut it out.
100% it is.
Like.
It's literally, it comes from such a place of privilege to be like, oh, I'm just not going to doom scroll today. And so therefore, this doesn't exist.
And I don't.
Yeah. And I think that, like...
Which I think is, like, I don't know. You
just have to use your privilege. Like, you have to use your voice. You have to die for the cause. Like,
I'm glad you said that because that is very true. And I do have, like, not, like, you know, I have some influence and I'm, like...
Yeah.
A person in my community.
If this reaches 36 people...
Or even, like, in my job or, like, anything, like... you know, if I can do anything. So, like, I think that's my new goal is, like, I need to, like, talk to my friends who are being super impacted by things and, like, be like, what can I do to help? Because,
For sure.
like, as of now, like, I'm not, like, nothing, I mean,
Yeah.
it's impending and, like, there's threats of, like, you can't get married, but, like, if I can't get married is the worst, there's so much worse for other people.
Yeah, 100%.
So much worse. Already happening.
Yeah.
So, like, what can I do to lend a hand and to, like, make your voices heard?
Yeah.
So that's my new goal.
Yeah. And I think that, like, conversations like this are a great start. Thoughts like that are a great start. Like,
yeah.
It really just comes down to caring about people that are being impacted by this, which we already intrinsically do. And, like,
right.
Like, it just, like, I've seen what it looks like when you don't know anyone who doesn't look or think like you. Like, it is literally, like, night and day, like, the way that it feels to have loved ones who are actually being impacted right now in real time versus someone who just thinks, oh, that's sad, probably wouldn't know because haven't talked to anyone. So, like, that, I don't know. It's just, like, there's no way to, like, get people to... And it's fucked up, too, that, like, you have to know someone for it to impact you. Like, what happened to empathy?
That's what I'm saying, too. Like, there's so many people, like, I don't know if I personally know any immigrants that are not citizens at this point. But that doesn't mean that I'm not... Why'd you make that face?
You do, is what I'm saying. The part about, like, immigration right now is that, like, as fucked up as it is to be deported, completely uprooted from your life, what's terrifying now is he's like, oh no, I'll do you one better. We're going to round them all up and put them in prison and torture. Like, we are going to have concentration camps on American soil in the year 2025. He's literally telling us that. So, yeah, I don't fucking know. Like, okay. I don't know. We've strayed so far. And, like, I'll try and piece this together in some way that's, like,
I don't think we've strayed that far.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I don't even know how to bring it home, you know?
I want to do anything I can, and I know you always have been like that.
Yeah.
And
I think what I'm struggling with now is kind of what I was talking about last week, where it's like, I don't want people to risk their lives or their safety or their freedom
without a clear goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's, like, a protest this weekend that has, like, actually no demand and no messaging that some, like, people have, like, asked me, like, do you want to, like, make signs together and go together? And I'm like, I don't want to go to that. Like, I don't, like, we need to be, like, extremely intentional about what the fuck we're doing right now. And, like, willy-nilly going to yell outside is, like, they already rolled out the fucking tanks and the National Guard when we were protesting 4 years ago. Like, you think under this administration, that's not what the fuck's gonna happen again? Like, Trump literally tweeted, like, shoot them on sight 4 years ago. And he's only gotten worse. His fan base has only gotten more crazed. He's only gotten more emboldened. He's only become more powerful than he was then. Like, it's fucking over. You need to be so much more careful. And, like, if your ultimate goal is to just burn it up and start from the ground up, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm an abolitionist anymore. I think I thought I was at one point, but it's like...
I don't think at this point in history that needs to be the goal. You know what I mean? Like, I think in times in history, yeah, like, blow it up, let's start over. But, like, we don't need to start over. We need to just go back a little bit and keep the progress and clear out all the...
Yeah. I just feel like there's way too many people here. And, like, even the people, like, even the small group of people who is abolitionist, they don't even agree on how to rebuild. So it's like, you burn everything to the ground, and then what rises from the ashes? I don't know. We have no model for, like, anything that works.
No.
Half of you think it's socialism. Some people think it's communism. Some of you think it's fucking anarchy. Like, some of you think it's a little bit capitalism, but not as much as we did. Like, there's no way to govern 330 million people. We fucked up. Like,
and we also don't have that many good, like, role models either.
Exactly.
Like
there's
public
no
figures
model.
that are like helping.
And there's also no like country that's like, we should do it just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And there's definitely not a nation of this many people doing it well. Like, it's
right.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just have no idea, like, that just seems like, let's just all die and kill ourselves, and then hopefully someone figures it out. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm just, like, not on that boat.
Yeah, I'm not really either. I don't really know where I am, because I don't have a solution to this. I think low-key do some Thanos shit. I don't know. Like,
I'm on some, like, high-key, like, I don't know.
I don't know either. And, like, I don't think we're going to solve...
I mean, we're not right now.
tonight on our podcast. But
I was thinking, though, like, a step that I could do that I could control is, like, maybe I could reach out to, like, the local trans organizations and, like, have something somewhere and be like, hey, we're having a fundraiser, and do something.
Could you, like, boost resources on the radio?
Not on the radio, but on all of our social media.
Okay.
But yeah, I need to find good ways to use that platform that I'm allowed to do. And then if it crosses a line, I just need to be prepared to be like, I'm standing up for something that I know is right and y'all know is right too. So literally, like, shut the fuck up.
If my employer ever, I mean, I'm very, very blessed to be in the situation that I'm in. Like, obviously I work for my family's company. My mom is a CEO. My mom, like, wouldn't disagree with anything we've said today. Right. So, like, I feel very supported, and, like, I have to tread lightly in terms of, like, my other coworkers. But, like, I was just thinking earlier today, like, my boss called me about some work shit, and then she, like, confided in me, like, she is, like, panicking and freaking out, and, like, we had a very similar conversation, and that feels like such, like, a weight lifted off my shoulder that, like, that's my boss. Like, I don't have to go in every day and be like, how's everyone doing? Like, hope you had a great weekend. Like, I'm literally like, bitch, what the fuck are we about to do? Like, this is so crazy. And, like, I know that not everyone, mostly no one, is in that situation. So, like, I feel extremely blessed to, like, have, like, the close peers around me at my job that I do. But there are definitely times where I have to interact with people who are, like, full-blown QAnon freaks.
Yeah.
And it is, like, oh. And it's getting to a fucking point where it's, like, no, like, we can't even interact. Like, I hate you. I literally hate you. Yeah. I hate you for the position that you have put me and the people I love in, and the people I don't love. The people that just exist. Yeah. The position that you've put all of us in. Mm-hmm. And that's, like, my biggest thing that's making me so angry right now, and I know I touched on it earlier, but just, like, oh my God, you really think Daddy Trump's gonna save you for wearing that stupid ass fucking hat?
Yeah, like, he doesn't care about anyone but himself.
You really think that if shit really pops off the way that, unless you are, like, full blown Nazi, and even then, like, not to, like, sympathize with Nazis, but, like, they weren't having a good time. They were actively at war. They were actively, like, torturing people. Like, some of them probably got off on that shit. But I'm going to go ahead and assume at the end of the day, like, no one wanted to be in that. Right. Like, that's fucking psychotic to be like, yeah, we can't wait for that. Like, what? Uh-huh. You're all fucking so crazy and stupid.
I will say this conversation didn't put me into a dark place. It actually inspired me.
Good.
Yeah, so I don't know how it's making you feel.
It's not making you feel good.
I don't feel good, but I feel inspired.
It's definitely coming in waves. Like, I'm literally going through, like, this is hopeless. We are so fucked. What the fuck are we gonna do? To being like, no, we cannot take this shit lying down. Like, we just have to pour into our communities. Like, we have to be okay. And then there's moments where I'm like, all right, like, we're gonna get through it. And then there's moments where I'm like, we're literally not gonna get through it. This is the beginning of the end. Prepare for battle. Do what you need to do.
I don't think bad. I think things are gonna get bad, but I don't think it's the beginning of the end. I think for now, I think our focus should be on our community. Yeah. And nurturing those around us who need it. When and if it gets to a more extreme point where we need to do more, we'll figure it out then.
We'll figure it out. And we will figure it out. Like, we will figure it out. I don't know. We always figured it out.
Mm-hmm. One way or the other.
And I just, like, I don't want to have to figure it out. That's the part that's making me, like, so mad. And I'm literally grieving. Like, I'm grieving a life that I once knew.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sad for, like, young people. I'm so sad, obviously, for people who feel unsafe and are unsafe. Just literally are unsafe. Like, I'm not even going to say feel. Like, you just are unsafe. And that's so fucked up. But, like, I'll do my best to protect you. But, I don't know how to wrap this up or end it. I had, like, 20 other topics that are so insignificant now. So, do your part. Eat. Make sure you eat.
For sure.
That's, like, my big message right now is, like...
Eat.
Just, like, conserve your strength. I don't know. Like, if shit really is about to pop off, like, maybe don't use all this time and all your energy to panic and, like, be fucked up and, like, use it to, like, prepare. But, like, also don't take this moment for granted.
Well, I was going to say, if you're able to... find those moments of peace now.
For sure.
And try to have fun and pour into your community. If you are feeling unsafe for XYZ reason, try to find resources, people to listen to you, a community.
And I'll put some resources in the links below if anyone
wants
to check those out or wants to boost those or whatever. Like I said, my friend went to, like, City Hall tonight for some meeting, and they gave, like, resources for, like, if you are an immigrant in Cincinnati, whether you're legal or not, here's people that can help you, or, like, organizations that can help you. He told us about, like, a Catholic church, which, but, like, they need volunteers really badly, and they just, like, support immigrants throughout the city, whether it's, like, with meals or homes or services or whatever, and they always need volunteers.
Least they can do, but yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's put resources
resources down there. I don't know. We're all just doing our best, and, like, we tried to be escapism for a few weeks, but sometimes you can't escape.
And if hearing us talk about this isn't necessarily fun escapism, hopefully you can at least find some camaraderie and solace, and the fact that you're not the only person going crazy over all of this, because it's fucked up.
Yeah.
And we love you.
And we love you so much, like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart. Like, I love you, and I'm here for you, and I'm gonna protect you.
Me too.
And I'm gonna fucking ride at dawn for you, and I'm gonna probably die for you, and I'm gonna kill for you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
So sorry, or congrats. I don't know.
We have nothing to apologize for.
I'm just wondering how this is gonna end up, but
it's gonna be
wait to find out.
Amazing.
Sure.
And this is, like, I don't know. I think it's important.
I don't mean, like, this specifically. I just mean, like, the way that this episode played out. It's really long. We had a lot of technical difficulties, and we had, like, a wide range of topics that went crazy.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I'll cut the first 40 minutes of this and keep the last. I don't know.
No.
We'll see what happens.
I think it'll be great.
Okay, we love you guys so much.
Thank
you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and we will see you next Thursday.
Stay slutty.
Please, God, if we
Sext
have
me.
nothing, sext me.
Sext
if we have
me.
nothing in these trying times, sext me at least.
At least.
And, like, if you want me to sext you, if you're feeling unsafe, or you're feeling fucked up, the least I can do is sext you. So let me know if you want me to do that, because I'm really good at that.
For sure.
So that's one of my talents.
Love you.
Is that the message we're trying to send?
I don't know.